what you actually wound up having is a situation where Ronna McDaniel, which she is the GOP chairwoman, essentially, she blocked Jenna Ellis on Twitter. Now, Jenna Ellis is the lawyer that was actually helping Trump during the Stop the Steal, during all of that whole process with Rudy Giuliani and everything. And to be honest with you, Jenna Ellis, by the way, is no particular, doesn't really have exactly the best record as far as it goes for supporting Trump in the past, because she has spoken out about, or at least against him, a couple of years ago as well. So she doesn't have a pristine record either in all of this. But what you did have is a situation where Ronna McDaniel wound up blocking Jenna Ellis on Twitter from that account, and Jenna Ellis basically spilled all the beans, put all the information out there. So what was all of this drama over? This actually had to do with a situation dealing with all of the Stop the Steal versus the support from the GOP. So what we have here is that there's actually evidence from the RNC chief counsel, Justin Reimer, that was showing that he was questioning why the RNC party colleagues were backing President Trump's allegations of voter fraud. The email that was talking about that was actually texted to Trump's attorney, Jenna Ellis, who passed it on to Rudy Giuliani, and then Bernard Kerik. So on Sunday, former Trump elections attorney Jenna Ellis tweeted out that the information was true, that the RNC stabbed President Trump in the back and his attorneys in the back, and that the RNC is lying by pretending it was false. So what you have going on here is that the GOP the whole time, we're talking about Ronna McDaniel and all of the people that were as a whole a part of the GOP, we're basically saying, look, we don't believe anything that Trump's saying about the whole Stop the Steal stuff. We don't believe any of that. We don't think that he has any evidence whatsoever, but we're going to go along with it because it's a great way to make money. That's essentially what's going on right now. Now, the GOP this whole time, you wouldn't have known. I mean, it would have been impossible to have known this entire time, that behind the scenes, many of these people were saying, this Trump guy, we don't believe anything he's saying at all. But keep in mind, they had no problem fundraising off of his name for months after January 20th. So it goes on here where RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, like I said, blocked Jenna Ellis after this whole situation came out with a story that Jenna Ellis was putting out there, and blocked her entirely on Twitter. Then you had Jenna Ellis actually posting, showing the blocked screenshot and all of the things that were going on with that. So this is kind of, I get it, it's kind of the petty infighting that you have going on, but it really, I think, is a wake-up call to anybody that's kind of wondering what's happening right now with the GOP, what's happening with CPAC, what's happening in current politics on the Republican side of things. What's happening is that there is an absolute divide against the establishment GOP versus Trump. That's going on right now, okay? It's almost hard to even ignore because you're seeing it over and over again. The vast majority of the establishment GOP, the people that have been in Congress for many years before Trump, are still in Congress after Trump, people that are kind of the staples of the organization, those people oftentimes behind the scenes do not support Trump at all. They're doing it because they know that it's politically advantageous to do so, that they are going to benefit some way from it. But ultimately, they're not really Trump supporters. That's what's happening. I mean, let's look at our Mitch McConnells, our Mitt Romneys. They're all kind of along those lines where they're these milquetoast kind of Republicans that are just kind of standing around and do stuff, but they're not actually in support of what's going on, the actual agendas and things that Trump was trying to push. That's what you're seeing right now. And Jenna Ellis is calling this out, showing what's going on, even though, like I said, Jenna Ellis doesn't have the best track record herself as far as support for Trump. Either way, at least it was out there, and everyone saw that it was a tweet, and they know that she made that tweet. But when you're looking at the situation with the GOP, things are a bit different because they haven't been telling you that. They haven't been telling me that. They've told no one this. In March 2021, just this year, if you recall, Trump had to actually send a cease and desist letter to the RNC. A lot of people forgot about that because they were using his name to make money. Not money that was going to Trump, but just to make the RNC money. So they were still basically campaigning and using Trump's name. If you were have done anything with the emails before, I'm sure you've seen these emails going out. Maybe they're sending you text messages to fundraise for certain things, using Trump's name when these people don't support Trump. So you have to be careful here. The RNC is not entirely in support of Trump for a lot of the people that are there. They're not. Or at least they don't believe in a lot of the election stuff that he's talking about. I think a lot of them would like to move on from Trump if they had the opportunity to. But make no mistake, the only reason why Trump was even remotely at CPAC is just so that they could fill seats, so that they could get people to show up, people to fawn over Trump like they're going to do anyways. They knew that they needed him to be there, to be the headliner, to get people to show up for the rest of their stuff. But make no mistake, if they didn't have to have him there, he wouldn't be there. Because I think that a lot of the people don't support Trump at all in the GOP, and now you're seeing this come out to light at this point. You're seeing this through these emails, the text messages as well. But I'm not surprised by this, because it's the same people that were very soft or really didn't make any comments or speak out up to support Trump or any of that. It's the same people that did that before. So I'm not surprised that they actually don't support him at all. You just watched a clip from The William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.